It is time for a chat with Pat.
Yes, and today we have Edward Pentin with us. Edward is the National Catholic Register's senior contributor and EWTN News Vatican analyst. He has a long bio, lots of good stuff this man writes and does, but I want to get right to the story. A story he wrote for National Catholic Register called Cardinals Burke and Sarah back global push for First Saturday devotion at 100 years. Welcome, Edward. How are you today?
Hi, good to be with you. Very well, thank you.
Oh, good. Hey, I want to jump right into this. So this idea of kind of remembering the Holy Saturday devotion. Why is this kind of coming to the forefront now?
Well, I think it's really because of the situation in the world today. Our Lady warned about this. This is one of the main reasons why she wanted the first Saturday devotion, was to bring peace in the world, and to really help bring people back to God. And so this is why it's gained added urgency because of the situation, that the problems in the world, that the talk of a piecemeal third world war, as Pope Francis called it, and all of these threats and concerns. So this is why there's this urgency at the moment.
Can you just explain? There might be people in our audience that aren't real clear on what this First Saturday devotion is. Can you give us just a brief, because there are 4 acts to it, right?
That's right. Yes. So it's every first Saturday of the month. We've just had it actually on last Saturday for September. But it really involves going to confession within 8 days, or even 21 days, some say, of receiving communion, Holy Communion on the first Saturday, and also spending 15 minutes in meditation and praying the Rosary as well. And so, not a huge demand, and it's something that everyone can probably do. Although some do say, they don't actually have Mass on Saturdays anymore,
Yeah.
which of course is a problem.
Yeah.
But I think that's the demand or the instructions rather that Our Lady gave to Sister Lucia back in 1925. She in an apparition, she basically confirmed what was already said at Fatima, which was the call to penance, penance, penance,
Right.
which was also made at the apparitions of Our Lady of Salette and La Salette and at Lourdes to St. Bernadette. So this is really just a very much a sort of confirmation of that, this devotion. And really also the other aspect of this, which is important to remember, is that Our Lady wanted this devotion because she was to really, in reparation for the blasphemies against Our Lady and the ingratitude to her and her graces that she gives to us. So there's that aspect as well.
So is this movement kind of coming out of France because of Fatima?
Yes, it's coming out of France. I don't know quite why it's coming out of France. I mean, obviously, they have a great history of devotion to Our Lady. She's the first daughter of the Church, and it develops from there. But there's an organization there, which I mentioned in the article, called Salve Corde, which is basically an umbrella organization of different groups devoted to Our Lady. One of them of which includes Bishop Schneider's group as well. And this is all they've all come together really under this umbrella organization in France to promote this devotion, to promote the devotion of the first Saturdays. And so it's as I say in the article, it's been given backing by various bishops, including Cardinals Burke, Cardinals Raymond Burke, and Cardinal Robert Serra as well.
Right. And I see that you mentioned Burundi in your article, which is an amazing situation there, right? I mean, isn't it an Eastern African nation? And their bishops have got on board wholeheartedly for this, haven't they?
Yes, that was remarkable, and that was back in May May the 3rd this year, the first Saturday in May, and they drew together 10,000 faithful for a first Saturday devotion, and it was actually the first time since Our Lady gave this message a century ago. That's the other important point to remember, that this devotion marks its centenary this year on December, and in early December, so the first Saturday of December. So that's another important point about this. And that, yes, this is a huge gathering of 10,000 faithful and the Bishops' Conference of Burundi who wanted to promote this devotion. And it was, as I say, it was the first time since Our Lady gave the message a century ago that the entire church of a country had assembled together to answer the Blessed Virgin's call. So the other aspect of this, there's so many different strands, but one other aspect too is that this devotion has been ignored, and that's another warning that Our Lady has given, that she was, and our Lord has given too, that that they don't want this ignored. It has to be. It was a serious instruction. It was a serious invitation, and it's been largely ignored. Bishops don't talk about it. Priests don't talk about it very much. And so this initiative was, again, to try to promote it and bring it back into the consciousness of the faithful, especially priests, so that the devotion is carried out by the faithful.
Yeah, and Cardinal Burke and, as you said, Cardinal Sarah are kind of playing a major role. Is Cardinal Burke, and I noticed in your article, he gave a homily at the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe talking about this. Is this something that he is promoting in other ways too? Do you know?
I'm not sure what else he's doing, but he's certainly very keen that this is promoted. And he has, as we know, a great devotion to Our Lady. He created this wonderful shrine in Wisconsin, Our Lady of Guadalupe, and he really wants this to be promoted for the reasons that I've said. And
right,
he's just very concerned. He's obviously also very concerned about the crisis within the church as well. I mean, as we know, there's been lots of problems within the church. We see decline of vocations and collapse of vocations, collapse in attendance, and all sorts of problems. And so that too needs to be addressed. And we're promised that but only by returning to our Lord through Our Lady will these problems be resolved. It's not something. It's beyond, in many ways, human capability, and we have to rely on God to resolve all this and get us out of this.
Edward,
and so that's why he's concerned about it too. Yeah.
Does Pope Leo has he mentioned anything about this, especially since we're at this 100-year anniversary? Have you seen anything?
I haven't seen anything yet, and one of the goals of this group, this initiative, is to pray that Pope Leo does draw attention to it sometime this year in time for the 100th anniversary in December. So, yes, that's certainly a hope. He's certainly somebody who's got a very strong Marian devotion, and he talks a lot about Our Lady. He places her very much at the center and relies on her help. And so there's a lot of hope that he will draw attention to this in due course, yes.
Yeah. I love this because I think you're right. We're talking 100-year anniversary here, and how much it has been neglected. And as you say, a lot of times there aren't even Saturday masses for people to go to keep this devotion. So this is very important for us. Edward, thank you so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Sure, great. Thanks for having me on.
Have a good week ahead.